also be called number sentences, which are mathematical statements expressed in numbers and operator symbols. It can also be seen as a number sentence in which there is a missing number. In an open sentence, there must be a missing number. When you get to know the number that is missing, you will see the sentence being what? Expressed. Then we will first start with open sentence involving what? Addition. That is the first one we are going to talk about, and we are going to take examples. If you're listening to me now, you open your textbook, your mathematics textbook for those in Royal Heritage, page 133 of your mathematics textbook. We have the examples there. So we take the examples as much as we can take for us to understand what we are talking about. So example 1, solve n plus 7 equals 13. Here we can see a sentence here. This is what? A sentence. But there is a missing number, which is being represented by a letter. And the letter is letter N. What does this sentence? He said, there is a number you can add to 7. Remember, this is a plus sign and it is an addition sign. So there is a number you will add to 7 to get 13 as your answer. That is what? A sentence. Now, how do we look for the number? We have to look for the number. Now, for us to get the number, you watch out the sentence that is being made. You can see there is a number missing here, and we have addition sign. I normally tell the children in a simple form, if a number is missing at the beginning of the sentence and you have a plus sign, you simply subtract the given number at the middle from your answer. If it is a plus sign here and the number that is missing is at the beginning of the sentence and you have an addition sign here, what you do, simply you subtract the given number at the middle from your answer. That is to give us n is equal to 13 minus. Remember, when an addition sign crosses the sign of equality, it changes to what? Subtraction, minus. And this is a subtraction sign called what? Minus. So you subtract this number from the answer, which will give us n is equal to 13 minus 7. And when you subtract 7 from 13, it will give you 6. Now, if you want to express this sentence to see whether you will get the answer, you get back to this answer. To express it, you say n is what? 6 plus 7, which will give you what? 13. You have written out the sentence in a complete form. So this is the sentence saying that when you add 6 to 7, it will give you 13. Example 2. We have 16 plus 8 equals 20. Now, like I said before, when the number here at the beginning is empty, you do what? You subtract. The same thing is what we are going to do here. Why are we subtracting? Because we have an addition sign. Once you have an addition sign, you do what? You subtract the number given either at the front or at the middle from your answer. So here now, A will give us what? 20 minus 16. As simple as that. So A is equal to what? 4. So for us to express this sentence in a complete form without any number missing, you say 16 plus 4 is equal to what? 20. the sentence is what? Complete. At your textbook, you will see exercise 11.1. Exercise 11.1. I'm going to take number 1 as the third example. Example 3. We have n plus 6 equals 13. This one is very simple, just the opposite of the first one we did. So what do we have? We have n plus 6 equals 13. There is something, there is a number missing, which is the n. That when you add the number to 6, it will give you the answer as well, 13. So we'll look for the number. For us to get the number, it's just the same method. Then we have n is equal to 13 minus 6. N will give us what? 7. 13 minus 6 is 7. So to express the sentence in full, for the sentence to be complete, that a number will not be missing or will not have a letter representing a number, we have it as 7 plus 6, which will give us 13. That is the third example. Example 4. We have n plus 8 equals 12. The same simple method you are going to use. Nothing there, provided you watch the signs written. You watch the sign written. This is an addition sign. That means you're going to do what? Subtract. So we have n is equal to 12 minus 8. N will give us what? 12 minus 8 will give us 4. So n 4 plus 8 is equals 12. Now let's go to open sentence involving subtraction. We go straight with the example given there. Example 1. You have something like this: n minus 5 is equal 3. Now you can still see that the sentence is not complete. We have a letter here and we have numbers here. Now look at the sign. The sign has changed because we're talking about open sentence involving subtraction. So we have a subtraction sign here, which is minus. So having the subtraction sign, what is this sentence talking about? I said there is a missing number here. Now when you subtract 5 from that number, the answer will be what? 3. How do you get the number? Having a subtraction sign here, you just have to simply what? Add. It's as simple as that. So n here will be what? 5 plus 3, which will give us n equals what? 8. Now let us complete the sentence, removing this letter n. That is to tell you that 8 minus 5 will give you 3. As simple as that. Example 2. Have x plus 17 equals 23. As simple as that. You know, we have one digit number. Even the previous one we solved, but this one we have 2 digits numbers. So to make it simpler for you, you just say x will be equal to what? 23 plus 17. Then you add. 3 plus 7 will give us what? 10. You write your 0, carry 1. 1 plus 2 is what? 3. 3 plus 1 will give you what? 4. So our answer is what? 40. Now to complete the sentence, we have 40 minus 17, which will give us what? 23. That is just the final answer. As simple as that. Open sentence involving multiplication. Let's take the first example there. Example 1. We have solve 5a is equal to 20. This is a sentence that is not complete, and we have to make the sentence a complete one by solving for what? A. By solving for what? A. 5 times A is equal to 20. 5 times A is 5A. Okay, let's express it out something like this. If we want to express this sentence out, we say 5 times A, which is equal to what? 20. This is a sign for what? Multiplication. 5 times A is 5, is the same as 5A equals what? 20. Now for us to look for A, because we have a multiplication sign here, we have to do what? Divide. You just divide your answer by what? 5. Simple as that. So we bring out the A. A will now give us what? 20 divided by 5. Or you write 20 all over 5. So when you divide 20 by 5, it will give us what? 4. Because 4 times 5 is what? 20. So for us to make this sentence a complete one, thereby removing this A, we have the open sentence as 5 times A. A is what? 4. Which will give us what? 20. As simple as that. Open sentence involving multiplication. Very simple. Let's take the second example. 12x equals 144. For you to be able to solve this open sentence involving multiplication, you must know your multiplication table very well. So you have to go back to your multiplication table, learn them very well, so that when you see any question like this, you know what to do. So you don't start counting out 20 and start dividing by 5 before you get your answer. You already know that when you divide 20 by 5, your answer is what? 4. Because simply 4 times 5 will give you what? 20. So getting to this second example, we have 12x equals what? 144. Simply means 12 times what? X will give you what? 144. Then what is what? X. What is that number you multiply by 12 to give you 144? Without wasting our time, you divide 144 by what? 12. Why are we dividing? Because we know that multiplication and division goes together. When you multiply, you get your answer. And when you divide, you get back the answer we use in multiplication. So, we have x is equal to 144 divided by 12. So, having known your multiplication table, we know that when you divide 144 by 12, your answer is simply what? 12. So that is to tell you that 12 times x is what now? 12 will give us what? 144. Open sentence involving division, almost the same with multiplication, as addition is also almost the same thing with subtraction. Same with division and multiplication. Open sentence involving division. Let's take a few examples. example 1. We have solve x all over 3 is equals 4. This is what? A sentence. What is sentence talking about? There is a number here, a missing number. And when you divide the number by 3, it will give you 4. When you divide that particular missing number, which x is representing, when you divide the number by 3, it will give you what? 4. That is the sentence. So how do we get the number? We are talking about what? Division. When you are talking about division, you have to do what? Multiply. Same as when you talk about multiplication, we have to do what? Divide. So having talked about that, we'll now say x is simply equals 3 times 4. As simple as that. To get the number you will divide by 3 to give you 4. X will now give us 3 times 4 is what? 12. So that is the missing number. And we all know that when you divide 12 by 3, it will give you what? 4. As 3 times 4 is equal to 12. So to complete the sentence, we have x will give us what? 12 all over 3, which will give us what? 4. Or you write 12 divided by 3 equals 4. That is open sentence involving division. Second example. Over 7 is equals 7. There is a number that P is represented. That when you divide that number by 7, it will give you 7. How do we get that number? We multiply through. So P is equal to what? 7 times 7. P is equal to 7 times 7 will give us what? 49. So the sentence is now complete. When you write 49 all over 7 will give you what? 7. Or 49 divided by 7 is equals 7. We have the first one, exercise 11.1, number 3 to 6, page 133. Exercise 11.2, number 1 to 5, page 134. Exercise 11.3, number 1 to 5, page 135. Then exercise 11.4, number 1 to 5, page 135 and 136. You can find number 1 to 5 in page 135 and 136.